Welcome to Designing Spaces. This is the show that's all about you and your space, home, and surroundings. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. You know, here on Designing Spaces, we love a good room makeover, totally changing the character of that living space. But today, we're taking on a very special project.
Yes, it's a miracle makeover because we're here at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, where our Designing Spaces dream team, along with some very special people, are going to work their magic.
Debbie and I will even be pitching in wherever we're needed.
Absolutely, so stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces.
The hallway behind us leads to a world of hope, of strength, of sadness, and more importantly, of joy. This is the main entrance to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital.
Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital is a family-centered care facility, meaning the families and the healthcare professionals work together in caring for the children. But before we start our makeover, let's find out about the hospital.
Nina Beauchesne is the hospital's administrator. All right, Nina, for people not familiar with this great hospital, tell everybody about Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital.
Well, Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital is a facility that's actually in the process of growing even larger. We're getting ready to be about 204 beds, pediatric beds, and we serve the South Florida community. And we have a lot of pediatric specialties that are not found other places, like we do pediatric heart transplant here, and it's just really a warm place with, it's really all about the people. We have wonderful people, wonderful physicians, wonderful staff, nursing staff, ancillary staff, and we're really all here just to try to help children get better, to have them go home to be with their families. Well, our mission at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital is we actually treat children regardless of their ability to pay in this area. And we have a philosophy to make sure that our families are partners with us in the care of our children.
What would you say, finally, to parents that have to walk through these doors a little unsure of what's about to happen, since you've been through it yourself?
Yes, what I would say to a parent is that if you have a sick child, and you know, obviously you're in a hard situation, but hopefully you'll find comfort in our hospital with our staff and our physicians taking care of you as if you're family, and in an environment which hopefully helps promote healing, and that's part of what you guys have helped us to do today, which make it a little bit easier, a little bit distraction, video games, TVs, toys, and hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier.
Dr. Birkin is a pediatric surgeon here at the hospital. Dr. Birkin, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for asking me.
So tell us a little bit about Joe DiMaggio Hospital.
Well, the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital was named in 1992. We originally started our program in pediatrics a few years before that. But since 1992, we've operated as the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. We've become a regional, multidisciplinary tertiary care facility with programs such as sickle cell anemia programs, craniofacial programs. We've recently started our cardiac transplantation program. So we've become, in a relatively short period of time, a major facility with respect to health care in South Florida.
So you're a senior surgeon here, and you've probably seen a little bit of everything that goes on here. Tell me how you think the kids will react to our miracle makeover.
Well, you know, we've learned over the years, as we've become kind of more sophisticated in these areas, that all of these types of programs that can take a difficult experience for the children and make it more pleasant always translates to them getting better quicker. It also helps the families.
Right.
So we embrace these types of programs, and we can't thank you guys enough for helping us.
It was time to scope out how the makeover in the Love Gen Family Support Center was coming along and meet some of the people lending a helping hand. Oh, this looks amazing.
Looking good, making some serious progress, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, now this is Lisa. She wears many hats at Designing Spaces.
But today she's part of our design dream team.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
What are you doing here?
I'm painting all the murals for the Love Gen room.
doing a good job. I like them all.
I like all the little characters.
Yeah.
We're going to show you everything in a bit, but tell us about the whole project in general, because there's a lot of busy people here.
The whole project in general is that we are making over the Love Gen room for our Miracle Makeovers to Remember, which is the most exciting makeover that we've done on the Designing Spaces show in the last 8 years.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Guys. And really wanted to create a phenomenal place for all the children and their families, to create a home away from home, and to kind of take their mind from the disease just a little bit from a moment for a couple hours.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
They're going to see themselves up in this mural that you're doing. You're doing a great job. We'll let you get back to work.
Yep,
Thanks. We'll see you later.
Okay.
There's a baseball player. When we come back, we'll meet the good folks working towards creating a new vibe for the Love Gen Family Support Center, and later meet some of the patients here at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Coming up right here on Designing Spaces. Designing Spaces is at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood, Florida, to create a miracle makeover for the hospital's Love Gen Family Support Center and Team Room. Here we'll see the work in progress and meet some of the good folks who are lending a helping hand and donating to the cause. Don't you love this? We are now surrounded by toys. I want to introduce you to Megan Hale. She's marketing manager for Step 2. They make toys for kids that allow kids to be kids, unleash their imagination, and just have a lot of fun. Megan, welcome.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, glad you're here.
Oh, thanks.
You know, anyone who has a child under 14 has heard of the name Step 2. So thank you so much for being here. And I have to ask, why these toys? Why these ones did you donate to?
Yeah, well, great question. Well, first of all, thanks so much for having us. We are so excited to be part of this experience, helping create experiences for kids where, again, they can take a second away to not think about everything that's going on and just be kids.
And have fun.
And have fun, yes. So these toys in particular, well, you know, it was a tough job to go through, and we have tons of toys.
Right, like that's why I'm like, why these? There's got to be a reason.
We wanted a little something for everyone.
Okay.
So we wanted something for the child who wants to do some creative play. We wanted something for the child who wants to zoom along and needs those motor skills. We wanted something for the child who wants to do imaginary play. So we picked a real selection of our playhouses, our ride-ons, even some of our products for from the Infantino brand, which really are for babies on up to 2. Okay. So we have something for everyone, which is really great.
Right, you want to cover everybody.
There's a lot of toys here. We're not going to show everybody everything, but give us a little sample of what these kids are going to be seeing in the near future.
Okay, so we've got this little helper shopping cart here you see in pink. If you think about it, kids spend a lot of time in their parent shopping carts, right? As they go along, and they're always wanting to reach in the aisles. Well, this is an opportunity for, first of all, those little toddlers who wanted to exert their independence to kind of push things along.
They have their own.
Beginning walkers. So, yeah, this is a chance for them to really kind of do it on their own, which is what they want at that age.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have our neighborhood wagon here, which is one of our classic products. Kids, there's something about wagons that kids just love. They really love being pulled around. Moms love this one because it's got these seat belts, okay? Kids love it because they're, you know, sitting there independent. They've got their drink carriers right there. So, and the great thing about this one is they're going to be using these wagons in the hospital to take kids to and from their appointments.
Oh, that's
doctors,
awesome.
which is really fun.
Right.
So,
if you have to go to a doctor's appointment, this is the way you want to go.
I agree.
So why did you choose Joe DiMaggio to donate all these wonderful toys?
Yeah, well, you know, Step 2 is a company of families. So we're moms, dads, aunts, uncles. I think making sure kids have that special experience that means childhood is really important to us, whether you're in a hospital or you're at home. Right. So providing toys, getting involved in a cause that really is helping families and children is really near and dear to our heart. You know, we just feel honored to be part of this. It's really a meaningful cause, and we're excited to donate now and have kids really get dirty with these toys. So.
Appreciate it. Well, we have a lot of boxes to open. We're going to finish opening these.
Awesome.
And then we'll see all the rest of the toys at the big reveal.
Awesome.
So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Time to play with some toys.
All right. Where do you want to start? Let's meet the couple responsible for the Love Gen Family Support Center. Well, the Love Gen Family Support Center could not have been possible without you two. So thank you so much for starting this. And let's get a little background as to how you came up with this.
This was named after our daughter Jennifer, who was one of the first oncology patients ever treated at this hospital. And when she died, we wanted to do something special that really was about the kinds of things that she felt were important. And one of the things that she recognized was that even when you were going through some really tough times, you had to have fun.
Absolutely.
You needed to be a kid.
Right.
Really, families just needed a time to relax, no matter how bad it got.
Right.
She always said one of the things that was really important was to remember to laugh.
Yeah.
And that would be the advice that she would give other children that were going through
Smart
this. It was like,
girl.
it has to be fun.
Right, right.
So we wanted there to be a special place for families where you could get out of the rooms, where you could go and you could relax and really regroup and be together as a family and get some normal life in the middle of all the chaos.
And her vision really is helping so many other children.
And what a great way for the name to go on with all these smiling faces. What do you think about the changes that are taking place here with the Miracle Makeover?
Oh, they're just fabulous. We're so excited because this place has gotten a little rugged over the years because nobody's ever done anything to it because it costs money, it takes money, and so for you guys to come in and make these changes over these years is incredible for us and for the families, and I'm sure that this will be enjoyed for many years to come by our families here at Joe DiMaggio.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and talk to us. Appreciate it. The Designing Spaces Miracle Makeover is well underway here at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital.
We'll be right back with more of our Miracle Makeover here on Designing Spaces.
When Designing Spaces came on board to do our Miracle Makeover for the Love Gen Family Support Center, we knew everyone would be excited, especially our sponsors, PDP, Kodak Gallery, and Step 2. But none more than the children, and some of them had some very compelling stories.
In the middle of the summer, I got like a sore throat, and then my gums started like, from one day to the next, they got really swollen, and they started changing colors, and they were bleeding. And my mom thought I had gingivitis. So we went to my doctor, and he gave me a steroid shot to try to bring down the swelling again, and it didn't work. So he wanted a blood test, because I was getting dark bruises, like from nothing. Dr. Kramer came in, and she told me that there's 99% chance that I had leukemia. It was pretty scary. Like, at first, I was really scared. I thought that I was going to die. Like, after the first 2 weeks, I started getting more comfortable, and I wasn't as scared. I think the worst part was losing my hair. That was the scariest for me. It's pretty boring being in a room by yourself all day long. Like, even with your parents there, you're just stuck there in the room. I think we really do need a teen room.
I started feeling really sick. And then as time went on, I didn't really feel better. Weeks went by, and I had difficulty breathing, and a lot of coughing and wheezing, and the more I do physical activity, the more it would hurt. And I got a chest x-ray. It turned out that there was I think it was like 9 by 10 centimeter mass in the center of my chest, and it was just wreaking havoc and pushing things aside, and it had grown so large that the center of it had died. No blood flow. Went into Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital the same day. Then I had my port installed so that I can get my chemotherapy, and then I had my first chemotherapy. That stay was about 2 weeks, so that's how I got involved at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Everyone's just so nice to you and understanding, and, you know, sometimes they baby you a little bit, but they're being nice to you, so. I had to stay here 2 weeks at my longest stay, and then another week-long stay I had to do in December. But, I mean, there are other kids who have to stay here for months, and if you have to be here for that long, I'm sure it can get down on you. And you probably want things to distract you, and, you know, some kids don't have patio privileges, they can't go out of the building. So to be able to go into a room where you can feel comfortable and, you know, blow off some steam and just be yourself, it's probably very comforting.
When I was 3, I was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma. I had a tumor in my abdomen area, and I was here for treatment for a few years, and I had chemo and radiation and the works. It wasn't scary. It was like, I remember the love here. I would want to come to the hospital. Like, I heard if I had to go the next day, I'd be like, let's go now. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want to go to that place. It was a happy place for me. They were really nice and sweet, and there was never a day when they were sad or dreary around me. It was always upbeat and let's not think about what's going on. Let's, distract her and keep her busy and keep her happy. I volunteer here all the time. I volunteer with Lotsie, and I'll walk around with her and make other kids smile. I'll help out in the different places around the hospital, and I'm part of the Youth Advisory Council.
Now, these windows are bare right now, but there are children being treated here at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital who are going to change the look of everything. In fact, they're going to be redesigning these windows using their own artistry. What exactly are they going to use? A camera. Take a look at this.
Thanks to our friends at Kodak Gallery, the kids are having so much fun taking photos. I can't wait to see what they're going to create.
Kodak Gallery is an online photo service site. You can upload photos, you can edit them, share them, and also create wonderful personalized photo products. Well, this project really speaks to what we're all about. So Kodak Gallery wants to help people preserve and capture all of life's favorite moments. And so when we heard about the project, we thought it would be amazing if the teens had the ability to create their own space. So use our technology, use our website to upload their photos, create products that would really create a space for them to have in this hospital, somewhere that's fun for them, that's comfortable, and that gives them happiness. Well, it doesn't get any more personal than you actually creating the product yourself. So the kids can take all that pride in making the product and then surround themselves with their favorite moments. So you can't buy anything like that in a store.
We'll be right back with more of our Miracle Makeover here on Designing Spaces.
Michael and Harris know the hospital very well. So Michael, tell me your story. What happened to you?
I got a bug bite. My mom and dad went on a trip for her birthday, and my grandma was watching me. And then soil got into my bug bite, and then I got the illness. And my mom came back the next day. I was very sick. I was rushed to the emergency room.
No, what was going through your mind? Do you remember what you were feeling?
I was freaking out.
You were scared.
No, I did not know what was going on. Never happened to me before. I've played football for like 8 years. Not 8 years, but I've been at that field for like 8 years my whole life, and never happened before.
He's a strong kid.
How long were you here?
I was here 7 weeks and a day. I couldn't really walk at that time. They did get me a wheelchair, though, that sometimes I would slowly go around.
Just to get out of your room?
Yeah.
Well, we're here today, we're Designing Spaces, and we're actually making over the Love Gen Family Support Center. So when kids like you are in the hospital for long periods of time, you have some place to go and have fun and hang out with other kids your age. So you didn't get to see that, but I want you to see it this time so you can see what it's all about and kind of relate to other people that are going through similar situations. What do you think? Yeah?
Good.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for taking time with me, and let's go check it out.
I get ketamine infusions for my foot because I have RSD.
We drive over 2 hours to come here. It was a long search to find treatment for Melanie because of the fact that RSD isn't very common in children. And we were able to find a great doctor here that's able to treat her, and we love coming. Definitely the family-centered care that they have here. We feel like not only are they taking good care of Melanie, but that they're including all of us, and that when her siblings come down, it's even a really nice experience for everyone. And there's always something to do, which makes it easy on us because we need to keep her busy. Homesickness is the biggest thing that we combat when we're here. And we have a fabulous doctor, so that's great too.
It's pretty awesome.
Is there a cure?
There's no cure. You can go into remission. She was injured in her foot. She actually had a childhood injury where she sprained her foot and her toes, and later they said that it was bruised bones. And when it didn't start to get any better, the injury had actually healed, but the nervous system had amplified the pain signals, and now she has 24/7 pain signals going to that foot.
These children, their friends, and family will soon enjoy a fabulously renovated room to have fun or simply chill out and relax.
So be sure to join us next week as we conclude our Designing Spaces Miracle Makeover right here at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. We'll unveil the finished rooms and see the happiness it brings not only to the staff, but these young patients as well.
I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. We'll see you next week.
Bye. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/dspacestv or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.